What's up, movie lovers? I'm Mike, and this is Gotta Love Them Movies. Oh, you guys, welcome back to another edition of Gotta Love Them Movies, your daily dose of movie news. I'm your host, Mr. Mike Brown. I'm here all the time. And you guys, sorry we started just a little bit late. We had a couple of tech issues that we had to straighten out. Monday mornings are always the worst. I don't think that I'm alone in this, but I think we can all kind of agree that Monday mornings are not the most fun for anyone. And joining me on this beautiful, glorious, delightful, rainy Monday morning here in New York City. It's a little rainy, but I hear we're getting snow on Wednesday. And as you all know, I'm super excited about snow. Tracy Mull is joining us. Woo!
Hi, Mike.
Tracy Mull, you're currently time traveling all the way from Idaho right now. It is 10 o'clock in the morning here in New York. It is 8 o'clock in the morning out where you are. How is the weather?
Hey, we just got a bunch of snow.
Oh, we all know how I feel about snow.
I'll send you some.
Oh, my absolute favorite. Tracy, what's going on with your bad self? I know the last time we spoke, last time I had you on the show, you were in development of a Halloween show, a live Halloween show where two skeletons put on a vaudevillian type show for the moon. How did the show go?
It was great. We had a good run. We had full small crowds, masked and socially distanced, and I'm very proud of what we accomplished. With the restrictions we had.
So fun, so cool. And I'm so glad that you can join us once again on the show. And before we can start the show, first I have to tell you guys how to subscribe on YouTube. First, go over to youtube.com, type in Gotta Love Them Movies. When you get there, you're going to see a little red square in the top right-hand corner that says subscribe. Go ahead and click that button. What clicking that button does is it helps us to widen our subscriber base. And yes, I understand that many of you may be watching this on Facebook Live right now. However, with the more subscribers we get on YouTube, the more watched content the channel gets. And with the more watched content the channel gets, the more we get to make this my full-time job by earning ad revenue. So I very much appreciate your help in going over and clicking that subscribe button. And of course, as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers, the show will be moving from Facebook to YouTube. So just something to be aware of on the horizon. All right, guys, now, if you may not have heard, Disney dropped a ton of news. There is so much news that they dropped. We can't talk about all of it. There just simply is not time in my day. There may be time in your day. There's not time enough in my day to talk about everything that Disney talked about. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We have 14 different first of all, tabs open on my Google Chrome. So, a lot of them are like multiple things. So we've got more than 14 things to talk about today. We're gonna have to rattle off some of this stuff. So let's jump right in and take a little bit of movie news.
What?
Oh man, you guys, wowzers. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're not familiar with what happened over the weekend, Disney had their semi-annual means what, twice a year? So it's once a quarter. This was their once a quarter meeting for the Disney investors meeting, right? And usually it's not like a big presentation. Well, like for the investors it is, but not for the public at large, not for the people who typically consume media like you and me. So they dropped a D23 style, like a Comic-Con presentation style live stream where they laid out so many projects, like between Marvel and Disney and Star Wars and ESPN and National Geographic and like tons and tons of content. And when I say there is so much stuff to talk about, we're going to be like, I have to break this down. So today we're only talking about Disney and Pixar animated projects that they're coming out. Some of them are television series, some of them will be animated features, but this is only going to be Disney and Pixar. Today, we're only talking about Disney and Pixar animated projects that they're working on. They announced a ton of live action stuff. Just like, well, not Pixar, but like even the Disney division between television, between film, even like the Hulu stuff. They announced like a whole bunch of stuff that's going to be dropped on Hulu that's live action. We're not talking about that today. We're only talking about the stuff that will be released on Disney or like in theaters through Disney or Disney Plus, animated series and films. And like I said, we have so many things to talk about. So let's jump right in. First thing we're going to talk about Pixar, and then we're going to go into the Disney type stuff. Pixar, head of the animation studios over at Pixar, Pete Docter. One of the first things that he talked about, obviously, was the movie Soul. We all know that Soul is coming. But then immediately afterwards, he followed it up with Spark Shorts. Now, there are a few Spark Shorts out on Disney Plus right now. And basically what a Spark Short is it's a short film that's like under 5 minutes long. Sometimes they're around 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever. They're like ultra short films. They're super short films, right? And the whole purpose of Spark Shorts here, let's jump into this particular article. This is straight from Pixar.com. So here's a brief description as to what Spark Shorts are. This comes from Jim Morris, who's the president of Pixar Animation Films. The Spark Shorts program is designed to discover new storytellers, explore new storytelling techniques, and experiment with new production workflows. These films are unlike anything that we've ever done before at Pixar, providing an opportunity to unlock the potential of individual artists and their inventive filmmaking approaches on a smaller scale than our normal fare. And there's more to it there, but this whole idea of Spark Shorts to give individual filmmakers and animators an opportunity to spread their wings, and they don't have to jump right into the foray of oh man, I got to work on a feature film. Oh, this is high profile and everything's riding on this one thing. It's a smaller stakes kind of a thing. It's something that gives animators and people who just need a break. They need an opportunity to prove themselves with a Pixar style budget, but make it really super small. I think this is genius. I think this is absolutely brilliant. And I think we can expect to see some really cool creative stuff jump out of this. Tracy, you and your family have a very interesting relationship with Disney. Not necessarily Pixar, but with Disney animation. And with something like this, with Spark Shorts, what do you think that we can expect to see coming out of this specific entity? And where's the limit?
I think we can expect to see a lot of really awesome stories coming forth, especially stories that we probably typically wouldn't see through a Disney or a Pixar feature. This program has been around for a long time. Disney has their own version of it called Short Circuit. I think it's just a wonderful opportunity for artists to create something that they've always wanted to and to have the support behind it. I think it's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be really cool. I think it'll be really fun, something that we can kind of look forward to. And not something that you have to spend a lot of time on, right? Something you can, you're scrolling around through Disney Plus. You've kind of watched all the big movies that you want to see. You've got caught up on The Mandalorian. What else are you going to watch? Oh, hey, here's some Spark Shorts. So I think I think short form content like this is going to be perfect. Big question for you guys is, what do you think of the Spark Shorts specifically? Do you think that's a good idea? What kind of Spark Shorts would you like to see? Not just in terms of content, but in terms of style in animation. Maybe Pixar could break into stop motion animation. That's something I would love to see, is if Pixar did some stop motion animation. I think that would be brilliant. Anyway, guys, jump on down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Okay, moving on. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Kind of piggybacking off of the idea of Spark Shorts, kind of elevating this idea just a little bit. Disney and Pixar have announced Pixar Popcorn, it's kind of the same idea. It's a micro short film, anywhere between like 3 and 5 minutes, something like that, where they take popular IPs, things that you are already familiar with. Toy Story, The Incredibles, oh man, why can I not think of any? Up, or whatever, like all these different, like Cars, I think, is another one. They're going to create small, short films, and I think this is actually a really interesting progression from the Pixar Spark Shorts moving up to Pixar Popcorn. Is that you kind of get to, you prove yourself in an original format, and then you take an existing IP if Pixar believes in the animator enough. All right, cool. We trust you enough. Let's give you this little intellectual property. Let's say Toy Story. And then you create your own Toy Story short, or whatever the case may be. Maybe a Ratatouille short, or whatever. Again, Tracy, I think this is a wonderful idea, a wonderful progression. Where do you see this? Where do you see something like this going?
Oh, I think it's going to make so much money for them.
You say that in jest, but look at all the other shorts that Pixar's put out. Like Toy Story alone has a ton of different shorts, and very famously, Tom Hanks's brother voices Woody. So it kind of branches out a little bit and gives more people more opportunity to do things.
Yeah. Yeah. Nope. I think we'll just, the characters that you know and love, I think if you're interested in it, you get to see them just explore new storylines and different, their worlds just get to expand more. Their stories continue. I think it's fun.
Is there any Pixar property that you would like to see have a short, like a side story, kind of like take off into a specific direction?
Oh man, I mean, any of them really. I'm such a sucker for animation, as you know. Um, oh,
I do.
way to put me on the spot.
In fact, no, I do. I know you're so this is such your wheelhouse, because originally today I was going to talk about all the Marvel stuff today, and all the big Marvel announcements, and I figured, hey, Tracy Mull's going to be on the show, so we need to make some more. We need a few more concessions. So today's Disney and Pixar Day.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I think I would like to see something from Bug's Life. I feel like Bug's Life doesn't get a lot of love from the Pixar universe.
Good.
I'd like to see it polished and renewed.
No, I mean, good. We don't need more Bug's Life. No, I'm just joking.
Pass.
Funny thing, when Bug's Life came out, Ants, the DreamWorks film Ants, came out right at the same time, and I loved Ants. I thought Bug's Life was fine, but Ants I was all about. So in my mind, Ants, Bug's Life, oh man, Ants, hands down. I love that movie.
I was Bug's Life all the way. What's funny about Bug's Life, looking at it now, it probably looks like it's still good animation, but it looks the worst. They all look translucent and still little, like they were figuring things out.
Yeah, it was one of their first.
That's why I want to see more from it.
Well, it went Toy Story and then Bug's Life. Isn't that right? Is Bug's Life Pixar's second animated film?
Yeah, I think so.
Anyway, guys, what kinds of shorts would you like to see come out of Pixar Popcorn? Jump on down to the comment section below and let us know. All right, guys, moving on. This is going to be a 3 for here. Again, one of the interesting things that Disney Plus is doing right now is they are taking a lot of the stuff that we already know, kind of, again, jumping off of this idea of taking a short, from an existing IP and turning it into a series, right? So one of the series that is coming to Disney Plus is Doug Days, and there's a short little trailer online that Disney released at the Disney Investors Meeting of Doug from the movie Up, with his little collar that he can speak like a human. Hi, I am Doug. I am a dog. I like to bark. Bark, 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 whatever. So there's just a really cute animated kind of teaser, I guess, of the adventures of Doug living in suburbia. Ooh! And of course, he gets attacked by a box full of puppies. The puppies just want to play, and of course, he's super excited to see the puppies. This is such a cute idea. And in addition to that, in addition to Doug Days, they're doing a Cars animated series where Disney says the first of 3 new Pixar series coming to Disney Plus is Doug Days, in this Up spinoff where Doug discovers the dangers of suburbia, like puppies, fireworks, and squirrels. Doug Days will premiere on Disney Plus in the fall of 2021. Next, Pixar is speeding ahead with a new series following Lightning McQueen and Mater on a road trip across the country. That sounds like a really cute idea. I'm not the biggest Cars fan, but this sounds like a really cute idea. The show will feature new characters, old friends, and imaginative destinations. Again, coming in the fall of 2022. So we have Doug Days coming out in 2021. We have Cars coming out in 2022. And then we have an original series coming out called Win or Lose. They give a little explanation as to what Win or Lose is going to be like. I will let you guys look that up on your own. I think that sounds like a really interesting idea. They're going to come out with 3 new series, two properties we already know, 1 original series. Tracy, did you get to see the short, the little teaser short that Disney put out for Doug Days?
No, but I will look it up as soon as I leave here.
It's really cute. It's really cute. Which of these 3, and I think Win or Lose has something to do with like a group of kids going through, obviously, it's like a coming of age kind of a thing. I think that is the theme for a lot of the projects that Disney has released, not just in the animated division, but in all of their original like live action movies and television shows. There seem to be a lot of like coming of age type stuff that they're putting out right now. And kind of like learning the value of life and friendship and whatever, just letting people be people, that kind of a thing. I don't know, like there's so many, I feel like there's so many thoughts to have about this. What's your initial knee-jerk reaction of these kinds of projects?
On one hand, I think they're going to be adorable and cute, and I think kids are going to really love them, especially like the Dugout series. Like, if my nieces and nephews want to watch that, like, sure. Like, I'm not going to be upset about it. Like, I'll watch it with them. But it does kind of feel like a machine after a while. It's just like they already have these puppets, and now they can just milk it for all of it's worth. So, like, there's no denying it's going to be adorable, and I think it's going to be well done and loved. But, like, I'm always for original story. So the Win or Lose actually piques my interest more than the other 2, especially Cars. Cars already has, 3 movies
They have
out?
3 films, yeah, and a few shorts.
Yeah. Not my favorite.
You know what?
Pixar's like
That's
you.
an interesting thing because same thing for me. Cars has never been one of those things that reaches out to me and said like, ooh, I love this whole Cars franchise. But kids love Cars. Kids, like between Mater and Lightning McQueen, people, or like kids love this property. The majority of adults that I talk to, meh. I mean, like people around our age, a lot of the other things that Pixar does are the properties that we're more interested in. But I know kids love Cars, and 2, it makes a ton of money. It makes a ton of money.
Yeah. which I'm always surprised by. But my sister and all of her kids, Cars is probably in their top three, which I'm always like, what?
I mean,
Toy Story,
I
Finding
I
Nemo,
kind of get it.
Ratatouille.
It speaks to a very different audience as well. Um,
Yeah,
and like in a certain sense, like there's every now and again I do feel myself kind of have that pull of like I haven't seen a Cars movie in a really long time by choice. But every now and again I think I don't know, maybe I could put on a Cars movie and have like a fun little drive adventure or something.
yeah.
Again, never my go-to, but I don't know. Have you been on the Cars ride in Disneyland at California Adventure?
No.
That's
Is
really
it good?
fun. That is really fun. Again, like it's a surprise. You are very surprised at the ride at California Adventure. It it's kind of speedy, takes you on a few like jerky twists and turns, but it also like has a fun story as you go through it. I haven't done it for a while, but I'm looking forward to going back and trying it out.
Yeah, I'll look for it the next time I'm ever in Disneyland or Disney World or California Adventure.
Big
You know,
question for you guys is are you looking forward to seeing these types of Pixar animated television show? And again, I think this is interesting to note. This is the first time Pixar Studios has ever done a series. We all know them for their amazing films. This is the first time that they've ever done a series. Doug Days, Cars, and the original Win or Lose. I think that's really interesting to note. But what do you think about it? Jump on down to the comment section below and let me know what you would like to see from these things. And also, do you think it's a good idea? Do all that stuff below. All right, guys. Moving on. We have, let's see, one, two. We have three more Pixar projects to talk about before we move on to Disney. This next one didn't really strike me all that hard. This is probably the only Pixar project that I'm not all that interested in, and that is Luca. They announced a new original film called Luca that explores kind of, I guess, the adventures of like two friends in Italy going off having, Italian adventures. They gave a really short look in the trailer of just these two kids eating gelato. Here, let's jump into this article from Variety. It gives such a brief synopsis. Let's see. Oh man, Luca centers on a young boy living on the Italian Riviera who shares adventures with his newfound best friend. But a dark secret about his true identity, he is a sea monster from another world just below the water surface, seeks to threaten that bond. And of course, the voice cast has yet to be announced. I don't know. I guess this could be cute. I guess this could be fun. I don't know. This just seems a little bit more vanilla of this strikes me in the same way that The Good Dinosaur kind of hit me. I still haven't seen The Good Dinosaur. But it just kind of has that, meh. Oh, I shouldn't see Good Dinosaur? Is it not good?
no, it's not my favorite. No.
Is it
And you know how I feel about dinosaurs, and he is such a cute dinosaur, but oh, woof.
really? Huh.
There's a reason why people don't talk about Good
No.
Dinosaur.
I don't know. Like, there's something about the animation style of Luca. It doesn't strike me. The idea, the concept. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't strike me
Yeah,
based on the synopsis. Or like maybe like, ooh, he has a secret about his identity. He's actually a sea creature. Ooh, is that interesting to you?
I mean, sure. Have we seen stuff like that before? Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be beautiful. The Italian Riviera. Oh my
Ooh,
goodness.
wow.
Ooh la la. Um, yeah, I really don't have a strong feeling about it one way or the other.
That's fair.
Like you said, it feels a little vanilla. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I understand. I was the one to say vanilla in the first place, but I feel like that's an apt description. It just, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see like a first trailer if there's, because again, one of the things that Pixar is so good at is heart. They're so good about putting heart into their stories, and I don't know. I don't know what the heart of this would be. Maybe it's going to be absolutely incredible, but I don't know. Questions for you guys. What do you think of Luca? Have you seen like the micro short trailer, a teaser announcement trailer that they dropped? We don't know who the voice cast is. We don't know really what the story is going to be about. Really, do you have any thoughts or theories? Is this something that you're interested in or looking forward to? Jump on down to the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. All right, guys. Our next Pixar film that they announced, I actually am kind of looking forward to this. I think this is a really cool idea. Turning Red. If this is it's not a weird idea, but it's a fun. I guess it's kind of a weird idea, but it's also really fun. It's about this little 13-year-old girl who goes throughout her, daily life adventures and whatever. And whenever she gets excited or like overly excited, poof, she turns into a giant red panda. This will also mark the debut feature. Or rather, the feature debut of director, how do you pronounce her name? Domi Shi, who did the short Bao. If you haven't seen the Pixar short Bao, totally pulls. It's weird, but it also pulls at the heartstrings, right? Tracy, I know you have seen the short Bao. I think I know pretty well where you stand there. What do you think that we can expect from Turning Red based on the short film Bao?
I think we're going to get some weird humor throughout it, but I'm excited for it. Going back to why programs like Spark Notes and Short Circuit are so important is because we get to see stories from voices that we probably normally wouldn't. And look what we get now. We get Turning Red. And I think it's going to be a really cool perspective. And once again, I think just some really weird humor throughout it, which I'm all here for. Bao made me feel weird, but the more I watch it, the more I like it.
But it's like weird in a fun kind of way. Like there's the whole part where like the mother eats her child. Like essentially she eats her child and you're like, hang on, what?
Spoilers, everyone. Spoilers.
It's 3 minutes long. Who cares? Sorry.
I was surprised by it.
It is surprising. I will give you that. Here, based on the description from Pete Docter during the Disney presentation, Disney Plus, whatever presentation thing, this started giving me a lot of Katie Kaboom vibes. If you're not familiar with Katie Kaboom, she's a character from the Animaniacs. She's just like an average teenage girl who lives with her family, and of course, like she always gets put into these situations where, what do you mean I can't wear the corsage at the prom? Roar! And whenever she gets angry, she turns into a giant green goblin monster, and then when the giant green goblin monster gets even more angry, she explodes. Like the roof of the house gets blown off, and then the whole like house settles and everything's in disarray. And then Katie walks around the corner and says, "Oh, it's okay. I won't wear a corsage." Da 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 da. Womp. So like these are kind of the vibes that I'm getting, just based on this trailer, but not in an angry sense, but in like a fun excitement kind of sense.
Yeah. It's going to be adorable. And I think a lot of kids are going to respond to it. We're going to see a lot of red pandas out there in the world.
I hadn't thought about that, but that's a great point. This is going to be a huge marketing opportunity because that's a cute furry red panda. That is an adorable little red panda. Yeah. That's gonna be the new hit toy. Everyone's gonna need the plush red panda. But guys, question for you is, what do you think we can expect from Turning Red? Are you looking forward to seeing it? Is this not something that you're interested in at all? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. Okay, guys, we have one more film from Pixar to talk about before we move into the Disney Animation Studios portion. And this, in some ways, caught me by surprise. And I will tell you, it's the voice actor that was cast in this role that really caught me by surprise. The project itself, I was a little, oh, okay, this seems pretty cool. I can get on board with this. And that is the film Lightyear, which it's not a Toy Story film per se. It doesn't even, in fact, take place within the Toy Story universe. So what Lightyear is, we all know Buzz Lightyear, we all know Woody, we all know Toy Story, right? So the character of Buzz Lightyear that we've seen in all the Toy Story movies and in all the shorts and whatever, Buzz Lightyear is a toy who is based on a character within this fictional universe. This movie that we're getting, Lightyear, is the movie that exists within that Pixar universe, within the Toy Story universe. So this is the definitive origin story of the character Buzz Lightyear within the Toy Story universe. I think it's such a clever idea. I think it's a little meta, but I think it's really, really cool. But the thing that really caught me off guard was that it's Chris Evans who is going to be voicing Buzz Lightyear. It's and I think a lot of us kind of have this idea of like, hang on, like I love Chris Evans. Who doesn't love Chris Evans? Well, maybe you don't love pre-Captain America Chris Evans, but we all just initially when we heard this, you think, oh, Tim Allen. Tim Allen's going to come back and reprise his role. Let me jump into this article from Collider really quick. Chris Evans gives a little bit of an explanation as to his thoughts in this whole casting thing. So Chris Evans, when he and his team came into Pixar Studios to learn about what it was that they wanted to pitch to Chris Evans, this is what he had to say after the meeting. He said, "Working with Pixar is a dream come true. I've been a massive fan of their films since the very beginning. My team could barely contain their excitement when they told me that Pixar had a pitch for me. All they said was Buzz Lightyear. I didn't know what that meant since Tim Allen is Buzz Lightyear and no one could ever touch his performance." He went on, "I needed to know how this character was different and why this story was worth telling. I can say two things with absolute confidence. One, I didn't stop smiling throughout the entire pitch, ear to ear." Chris Evans also writes the number 1, but I think he meant 2. "Everyone can rest easy and get very excited." He goes on to say, "Trust me when I say that they really know what they're doing over there. This one is going to be special, and it doesn't stop on a single thing. Oh, excuse me. It doesn't step on a single thing. I can't even put my excitement into words. I smile every time I think about it." So those are the words directly from Chris Evans. Whether it puts our fears to rest at all about saying, it doesn't give an explanation as to why Tim Allen is not reprising his role as Buzz Lightyear, but it kind of helps to bridge a little bit of a gap and say that the idea that Pixar pitched to Chris Evans and his team makes sense. And it makes sense why they need Chris Evans's voice as opposed to Buzz Lightyear. And again, there's no definitive explanation as to why that is. Maybe we'll get an explanation later down the road. But Tracy, when you hear of something like this, what's your knee-jerk reaction to not having Tim Allen play Buzz Lightyear? What do you think about the project in general? And I don't know, like, what are you looking forward to seeing in the movie itself?
I think it's going to be awesome, and I'm excited that it's not Tim Allen because I think we associate Tim Allen with Buzz Lightyear, the toy. So if this is supposed to be the movie that inspires the toy, like I like that there's a separation. So yeah, bring in a superhero star to be his voice, and we'll go from there. I think it's going to be, as my nephew would say, epic.
Oh man, yeah. Like something like this on this kind of a scale, I can definitely see being like a big epic movie. Maybe not like Avengers level epic, but maybe Captain America level epic. I could see
Yeah.
that being a thing.
Yeah. I'm curious. I want to see more.
Um, do you think it's realistic to postulate that we might hear something from Tim Allen in the coming weeks about this?
Oh, I'm sure either, like his congratulations to Chris Evans or, his support for the movie. If people are still up in arms, are they up in arms
I don't
about
think
him
people
not being the
are up in
voice?
arms about it. It's just one of those. Do you think that it's possible that, or rather probable, do you think it's probable that Pixar contacted Tim Allen to give him the heads up on something like this? Or do you think that the way that studios run, that they would have just kind of like, no, like Tim Allen's out, Chris Evans is in?
Yeah, I'm sure if they thought it was going to be a problem, I'm sure, you know, they'd cover all their bases.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
guys.
I think, oh,
Oh, no, please.
I think if, there was ever going to be a problem like with contracts or something, like that's all been sorted out, you know.
That's a great
Like,
point. That's a great point. Anyway, guys, what do you think of the new film Lightyear coming out? I'm really looking for it. It's the kind of movie that I didn't know that I wanted, but now that they've like announced this idea, I'm like really on board with it. I think this is going to be really cool. But what do you think? What do you think of Chris Evans playing Buzz Lightyear as opposed to Tim Allen? Are you looking forward to it? Would you prefer to see Tim Allen, or rather hear Tim Allen in the titular role? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know what those thoughts are. Okay, guys, so now we're going to start making a transition away from Pixar and more into the Disney Animation Studios. Disney Animation has announced, like I said, guys, we have so much to talk about. The show has already been going for 40 minutes, and we've got so much more stuff to talk about. Disney Animation have announced a few different series and features. Some are big, some are small. We're gonna gloss over a few, but let's jump over and talk about a few of these things. First and foremost, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. With the acquisition of 20th Century Fox, now they've rebranded to 20th Century Studios on behalf of Disney, the Walt Disney Company. One of the things that they have acquired is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. They have acquired Ice Age, and oh shoot, there was another one. Where did I move it to? The other. Is this it? There it is. Night at the Museum. So with the acquisition of 20th Century Fox, now 20th Century Studios, Disney will be putting out 3 different animated television shows and series. So the Ice Age, Adventures of Buck Wild, as well as the Diary of a Wimpy Kid, will be animated features, whereas Night at the Museum is going to be a series? Or hang on a second, I'm reading this. I feel like I'm reading this wrong. Night at the Museum is a film. There it is. This is what I was backwards on. Sorry about that. Okay, so the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild. Apparently there's 5 Ice Age movies. Cool. I didn't realize that there were that many. They just keep churning out more Ice Age movies. And as was pointed out during the Disney big investors meeting announcement thing, apparently all the Ice Age movies have made like collectively $5 billion. Who knew? Who knew? Now, maybe that's also with merchandise sales to a company, but the Ice Age property making $5 billion? I had no clue. So this makes perfect sense why they would do a spin-off television show exclusively for Disney Plus. In addition, Diary of a Wimpy Kid animated movie. I think the animated movie version, or rather direction, makes more sense for this property. But I gotta be honest, an animated Night at the Museum film, I don't know. That doesn't interest me at all. I mean, full disclosure, none of these three properties interest me all that much, but I don't know. I think they're interesting ideas. Tracy, where do you stand with an animated film of Diary of the Wimpy Kid, Night at the Museum, and a television series of Ice Age, The Adventures of Buck Wild?
Sure, yeah. Like you, not excited about any of these in particular, but Wimpy Kid, like I think it makes perfect sense that that series is so popular in book form. I'm sure kids are going to be excited to see their characters come to life in front of their eyes on the big screen. Um, Ice Age, yeah, it's crazy how many ice ages there are out there. It's like it's this generation's land before time. Like they just keep
Whoa, I never
churning them
thought about
out.
that, but that's true.
Yeah. Um, so a series, I I guess why not? If they feel like they can milk more out of those characters and exploring that world, go for it. I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, animated Night at the Museum. Yeah, just a bizarre choice. Like we have two live action films. It's like
Three.
the opposite of
There's
what.
three live action
Oh, there's
films.
three?
Yeah.
I had no idea. Um, it feels like the opposite, where they're taking the animated films and making live versions of them, like Beauty and the Beast and stuff. It's like, and now we're going to flip it this way. Soon there'll be an animated Mary Poppins and an animated.
Oh man, maybe. This
um,
just seems like a strange choice. Like what? uh, I don't. I don't quite understand. Okay, like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I can understand why there's going to be an animated film, or even if they wanted to do a series. I can understand that. I can see that. Ice Age, big money making property. I can understand the idea behind, like, hey, let's make a television series based on one of the characters. Personally, I would have chosen to do a TV show about Scrat. I love Scrat. Um, but whatever. Maybe Scrat is kind of like the Wile E. Coyote of the Ice Age world.
yeah. Does he ever get the acorn? I haven't watched enough of them
I've
to know.
seen some of the shorts where he gets the acorn, but then through a series of crazy events, he loses the acorn, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like, Night at the Museum, that just seems like a very bizarre choice.
Yeah, when you said it was going to be a series, I was like, okay, I can actually see this. Like there's so much to explore in a
Yeah.
museum. So you could, especially for kid content, focus on a new um, person from history or event from
Yeah.
history and really explore it in a fun way, like a magic school bus. But just as a one off, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's the kind of thing that they have more ideas. They actually have something like really exciting to present in an animated format. It's possible. I mean, anything is possible. This is like Night at the Museum is just one of those properties that just kind of strikes me like, hang on, why?
We demand more night of the museum. We want
I
more
guess it also begs the question
museums,
like
museums.
Ben Stiller going to be involved? Is Dick Van Dyke going to be involved? I mean, two of the film's stars have sadly passed away, Robin Williams and Mickey Rooney. And not that like this was a huge Mickey Rooney vehicle or a huge Robin Williams vehicle. I understand, it starred like other people as well. Like they were just two characters in the films. But are
Yeah.
they gonna like they were in all three of the movies? They were major characters in all three of the films. So I don't know. I don't know what we can expect from this. Big question for you guys is, what do you think of the Night at the Museum animated movie? Diary of a Wimpy Kid animated movie, and also the Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild television series, all on Disney Plus. Do you think these are good ideas? Do you think that there is enough of an audience that will actually get people to subscribe to Disney Plus because of this? I don't know. Is the audience going to support it? What do you think? Jump on down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys. Our next series of things that we're going to be talking about. I'm actually kind of digging some of the big announcements that Disney Animation Studios came out. Big Hero 6 was not one of those movies that I return to and rewatch and watch and rewatch over and over and over again. But I noticed somebody just, as soon as I said Big Hero 6 in the live chat, somebody hit the love button. So Big Hero 6 definitely has a lot of love. But whenever I stop and think about the movie Big Hero 6, that was a really good movie in a really interesting world with just beautiful characters with a lot of heart, right? A lot of heart. And for Disney Plus to announce that they are doing not just another standalone Big Hero 6 movie in the form of Baymax, they're doing an animated series. They're doing both a series and a feature film starring Baymax, The Adventures of Baymax living in San Francisco. I think this is such a cool idea. They didn't have a trailer per se, but there were like a few animated images that they were kind of showing to the audience. I think this is such a great idea. But in addition to this, hold on to your butts, as Samuel Jackson once said in Jurassic Park. Disney also announced not just the Baymax project, but Zootopia Plus, which is a series of shorts and series. It's a series of series, if that makes sense, within the Zootopia universe. So think of Zootopia Plus as a channel or an app, and there's going to be so many different like short animated things within, like, under that umbrella. That alone is a very interesting idea. Then they're also doing an animated series of Tiana, Princess Tiana from Princess and the Frog, which, I'm sorry, in my opinion, is long overdue. Princess and the Frog was a great animated movie, and it doesn't get the love that I think that it deserves or the attention. And to see an animated series based on her life of Tiana living in New Orleans with all that great music, my goodness, the music of Princess and the Frog, mwah. I'm also a huge jazz fan. And then finally, Moana. When I say finally, I mean we still have a ton of other things to talk about, but a Moana series. Like these four things right there, and again, we have more to talk about. But Baymax, Zootopia Plus, Tiana, Moana, as animated series on Disney Plus, I think, like, Zootopia Plus, the types of things that they announce in Zootopia Plus, I may not be all that interested in watching, even though I love the universe and I love the movie Zootopia. Baymax, Tiana, Moana, I am in for. Zootopia Plus, I'm on the fence about. Tracy, where do you stand with any of these particular films, series, features? Like, are there some that you're more looking forward to? What do you think that we can expect from some of these things?
Well, I think Tiana is the one that I'm most excited about. The other ones, I guess so. Like Baymax makes sense to me because Big Hero 6 is a comic book series, correct? Am I off base here?
I'm sorry. I was reading somebody's text in the live chat. Say that once again.
Big Hero 6 is a comic book series,
It is.
right? Yeah. So I feel like there's a lot to explore. Well, a lot to explore in all of these. But yeah, I'm most excited about the Tiana one just because I think we need to see more of Tiana and that world. Like you said, the music and the beauty of New Orleans and just the story of a person going after their dreams and achieving it and working really hard at it. Like, I want to see more of that. But honestly, the announcement of all four of these series, like, now I'm like overloaded with like too much. Like, I feel bad for the studios that have to churn out all this material. Like,
well, just wait.
Too much.
Because again, like all the during the entire presentation, it was like a 4-hour presentation that Disney put on at like for the investors meeting, and there are well over 100 projects that Disney announced. Like, we knew that Disney is putting a massive focus on Disney Plus. But until Thursday? Yeah, until last Thursday, the only thing that we really knew that Disney Plus had going for it was The Mandalorian. And, there was Hamilton. And then they had their library. Those were the three things that Disney Plus had going for it. And it already has, 83 million subscribers? That's a ton. Yeah. That's a ton of subscribers. 83 million subscribers for three projects: Mandalorian, Hamilton, and their entire back catalog of Disney, stuff, right? But now announcing all of this new stuff, my God, how many things did we talk about already?
So much.
And we didn't even scratch the surface. We still have Star Wars. We still have Marvel. There's ESPN. There's Hulu. There's National Geographic. And we didn't even start talking about, I know, right? Look at your body language. It's beautiful.
It's so
and
much.
All we didn't even talk about the live action movies or the live action series coming to Disney Plus either. There is so much here. And I understand, there's a big overload. You look at something, we look at this, yes, there's Baymax, there's Zootopia, there's Tiana, there's Moana coming. Now, I get it. Not all of these things are all dropping all at the same time. That would be massive overload. This is just an announcement of things that we can expect through 2023, I think. I don't think that they announced any projects for 2024, but for the next 3 years, this is all the stuff that we can expect to be dropping on Disney Plus over 3 years. This is so much content. But what do you guys think? Is this overload? Is this too much? Should they have reserved some of their announcements? Are you looking forward to Tiana? Are you looking forward to Moana? Zootopia Plus? Baymax? What are some of the things that you want to see have happen in some of these series? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know those thoughts. All right, guys, we have 3 more things that we're going to talk about today. Just 3 more things. And then that's it for the show. Then we're going to go on and take your live comments and questions. This particular project, when they announced it, I said, yep, I'm all in. Iwaju. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So Iwaju, and if anybody who's watching this video live, please go ahead and correct me. But I believe Iwaju is based on a comic book from Kugali, who's like a comic book creator team. So Disney and Kugali are jumping in together, and they're creating a series on Disney Plus called Iwaju, which there's not a huge description as to what this show exactly is going to be. They call it a first-of-its-kind collaboration. Iwaju comes from a partnership between Pan-African entertainment company Kugali and Disney. It will launch streaming service in 2022, excuse me. Walt Disney Animation Studios Chief Creative Officer said that the show is set in Lagos and steeped in science fiction and explores deep themes of class, innocence, and challenging the status quo. That's basically all we know about this. That's basically all we know about this particular project, which I think is extremely timely, just based on this photo that they have right here. It looks beautiful. It evokes a lot of imagery and feelings from Black Panther, which is like technology, like the futuristic world combined with the old like African culture. I think that looks and sounds pretty cool. If just look at this photo, you have a woman, maybe a girl, dressed in very classy kind of princess style clothing, and then you have a young man dressed in more humble type clothing, right? So I think it's definitely going to talk about like the class system a little bit, kind of as the description pointed out. This looks really interesting, or rather, I say it looks really interesting. We have a photo and we have a very vague description, but if this is anything, if this is going to be anything of like the imagery evokes, I think this could be something really special, you guys. I think this could be really something really special. Tracy, had you heard of this before today? Before 30 seconds ago? What do you think something like this could do for us?
Everything. I think it's going to show us a new world. I think it's going to give us new heroes to root for. And what a cool project. I want to know more about it for sure. Yeah.
I definitely want to know more about it because, like I said, the details on this are incredibly vague. It doesn't drop until 2022, so we'll probably get maybe a first look or a trailer towards the end of next year. And just to think that this is something that they're just conjuring right now and coming and partnering together on, I think this could be really cool. What do you guys think? Jump on down to the comments and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, we have two more things to talk about. One here, let me going into the live chat and seeing what people are saying. All right, cool. Yeah, so we have two more projects to talk about until the end of the show. This, I feel like we've heard of this before. Encanto. I think they pronounce it Encanto. It's a film about a magical family. I think called the Madrigals, I think is the name of the family. That kind of combines the idea of Colombian culture with music and magic. That's all I need. They put out and again, an announcement trailer. The music is being collaborated on with Lin-Manuel Miranda. Again, what more do you need? This sounds really fun. That's the only description that we have. A magical family named the Madrigals in a magical film called Encanto that is just infused with music and magic. That's all that we have. There was like a 10-second or 20-second animated clip of kind of like the camera panning in on a house that lives in like this magical foresty Colombian landscape. I think it had a waterfall behind it. It just looks gorgeous. It looks completely gorgeous. Tracy, one of the things that I'm so impressed with Disney for doing is, for so long, I feel like we've had very similar stories about princesses and princes. And, even though it hasn't entirely been true, sorry, let me back up a little bit. We have had so many stories that have just focused on one demographic for a long time. Mm-hmm. And now there seems to be an explosion of, there's not just one demographic in the world. There are multiple demographics that exist in the world. There's young, there's old, there's black, there's white, there's blah, 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 right? The list keeps on going. And Disney has seemed to embrace this idea of multicultural, not just multicultural, but multi-situational. I don't know if that's an appropriate term to use here. Storytelling. There is some incredible storytelling coming out of Disney right now that looks to be really special. I mean, we had Coco in the past few years. My goodness, Moana. Even just a lot of the projects that we've just announced, like Tiana, Princess Tiana, the Iwatu. Oh man, I totally screwed that up. Hold on. It is Iwaju. Sorry, yes. The Iwaju comic book series coming to Disney Plus. We're getting a lot of diverse storytelling coming out of Disney. I think this is incredibly exciting to get other vocal viewpoints. A vocal viewpoint. Where do you I think I know exactly where you stand in this regard, but what does this do for your excitement level in just exploring a different demographic than what we've kind of been used to over the past 70 years?
Yeah, I'm very excited for it, and I think it's long overdue. you know, and I'm here for it. I think everyone needs to see themselves, you know, in the stories, and, you know, I think we need a variety of heroes and a variety of stories and a variety of viewpoints. We're only made stronger by our diversity, and so uh, once again, very excited about it, and I think way long overdue. So here for it.
Any thoughts about as to what this story could be about? We know it's a magical film that takes place in Colombia with a family named the Madrigals. That's their family name, and it heavily focuses on music with Lin-Manuel Miranda. Any idea as to what that story might be about?
Have no clue. What I love about all these announcements is I just feel like Disney just loves making a title card. They're like, what's a cool name? Like, I feel like they approach projects like I approach projects. Like, I come up with the cool logo or the title first, and then I'm like, oh no, now what is it? So I think we're all in the same boat of what could this be? We know there's potential here, but what is it?
And you know,
Encanto.
that's a great point, because we sometimes love counting our chickens before they hatch, right? We love like putting out this title. I'm a huge sucker for unnecessarily long titles. We've seen that time and time again in my personal shows. The Mike Brown Solo Improv Extravaganza. Why? I don't know, because. Even Gotta Love Them Movies. It's not a super long title, but it's a mouthful. And then my personal favorite, which was the Ninja Turtle show, the one-man show that I did. I think it's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, a true story about a true story of growing up in a rough childhood, something along those lines. Why? But yeah, I think you're right. Like, Disney has this tendency to jump on the bandwagon of like, oh, here's the thing that we're doing. Let's announce this. Well, what's it going to be about? Whoa, we can't tell you. We don't actually know what it is yet. But we can't. Oh, it's mysterious. Oh, we don't want to let the secrets go.
Yeah. Encanto. Encanto? Encanto.
I think it's Encanto.
Encanto.
I'm not Colombian. I don't have the proper accent. But anyway, guys, what do you think of Encanto? Do you think that Disney is, like, as Tracy kind of pointed out, maybe they're just making headlines just because they can? Just because they can. What do you think that we can expect from Encanto? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, this is our last topic of the day. This is the thing that I don't know if I'm the most excited by. I saved it for the end. This sounds awesome. I am here for it all day long. It's okay. So when today's theme was like all animated, like all the animated stuff coming out of Pixar, coming out of the Disney Animation Studios, this is a hybrid between live action and animated, and I am here for it all day long. Chippendales Rescue Rangers, you guys. Chippendales Rescue. First of all, when they like put up this graphic during their investors meeting live stream, I was like, oh yes. I don't care if it's good. I don't care if it's bad. I just love that it's happening. When they announced that it's a live action animated hybrid, of course we all start getting images or thoughts of like there's the new Tom and Jerry movie that just came out, or rather that was announced, that's coming out later next year. There is Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Of course, like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie kind of had elements of this. And we've seen live action blended with animation a ton over the past couple of decades. A lot. But you guys, Chippendales Rescue Rangers as a live action / animated film with the voice talents of both Andy Samberg and John Mulaney And somehow, some way, they've put Seth Rogen in this as well as a voice. It's my personal opinion. It is my personal opinion that Seth Rogen will be voicing Monterey Jack. I have a theory. He's going to be voicing Monterey Jack. If he's not Monterey Jack, he may be voicing Fat Cat. Can you imagine Seth Rogen as Fat Cat? If you're not familiar with this property, Fat Cat is the villain. He's kind of like, think about like the imagery that is conjured when you say Fat Cat, like a big cigar smoking, pinstripe suit wearing, soft chair, comfy, laid back, laying kitty cat. Yeah, see, do what I want you to do. See. That's Fat Cat. But I believe, this is my personal opinion, there's been no confirmation here. I have a feeling that Seth Rogen will be playing the voice or voicing Monterey Jack in the film. Or maybe it will be a live action Seth Rogen. Who knows? Who knows? I'm very much looking forward to this. Tracy, those are just about all the details that we know about this. Are you a Rescue Rangers fan? Does this interest you at all? I know you're a John Mulaney fan, but where do you stand here?
Yeah, I think it'll be fun. You said it was live action and animated? Man, I hope that Chip and Dale are animated in it.
What if it's reversed? What if all of the humans are animated, but then they have like live action animals? What if they get Jon Favreau to direct it, and they do computer animated chipmunks, but they're like they look like actual real chipmunks in like the Jungle Book or Lion King style? That would be beautiful.
Yeah, what a switcheroo. No, I loved Chippendales growing up. I don't remember it too well, other than loving the characters. I think you're right about Seth Rogen being Monterey Jack, though. That grumbly voice, or the bad guy, Fat Cat. Who's the voice actor for Jake from Adventure Time? Joe DiMaggio?
Oh, Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio. No, I know exactly who you're talking about. Oh man, if Andy Danish was here, he would correct us so quickly.
Yep. Oh, Joe. I want old Joe.
Joe, you guys know who we're talking about. You know what's going on. Yeah, this idea, just the idea of a live action Chippendales Rescue Rangers movie, I have a few fears going into this. Sonic the Hedgehog, while not a complete train wreck of a movie, it wasn't the best thing in the world. You look at it and you're like, okay, like it was fine. It was okay. Did you see it?
No, but it just dawned on me when you said animated, they're going to do CGI, aren't they?
Probably.
I was thinking like a bed knobs and broomsticks treatment. Okay. I would love it if it was like a 2D animated.
That's what I would prefer. Oh my dear heavens, that's what I would prefer. Like the new Tom and Jerry movie. Have you seen the trailer for the new Tom and Jerry movie? So that is 2D animation. It's live action. It's live action Chloe Grace Moretz and live action. Is Stanley Tucci in it? Maybe not. I can't remember. It's live action people. Michael. Why can't I think of his name? Michael Pena. So it's and Rob Delaney. So it's live action people, but then Tom and Jerry are 2D animated character. They're not 3D animated. It's not CGI. It is 2D animation overlaid on top of the live action imagery. And it actually feels pretty good. I was nervous about it going into it, but watch the trailer. Go and watch the trailer. This is what I want the Chippendales Rescue Rangers movie to look and feel like, because I think the Tom and Jerry trailer nailed it, at least in the trailer.
Awesome. I'll have to look it up, but yeah, I don't want like a real live looking chipmunk rescuing the day, you know? What about Zip? Is that just going to be a fly? a regular old fly, not a cute little blue bug-eyed bug.
Again, like I feel like if you want to capture like the spirit of what it is, it can't be 3D animation. I feel like 2D animation overlaid on top of live action is the way to go about it. But it also, like, why, it begs the question, why, I don't know, why have the live action element in there? There's too many questions here. This has the potential to go really sour. I really hope it doesn't. I hope that it evokes the same emotion and the same fun as the original television series did. I don't know. What do you guys think? Jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Okay, guys, so that pretty much wraps up the show for the day. Now's the portion where we go in and take your live comments and questions. We have 2 comments, so let's go through the formalities, shall we?
Alive! It's alive! It's alive!
You guys, now we're gonna take your live comments. And Tracy, if you're looking at the Facebook feed, we only have 2 comments. First is from a very good mutual friend of both of ours, Mr. Gregory Hall. And Gregory Hall says, "Yo, miss you guys." I miss you, Gregory.
Oh, I miss you.
What a beautiful soul and human being. In fact, Gregory, I've been trying to get you on the show a few times to play, to do exactly what Tracy Mull is doing over here right now. And that is, just be a little correspondent. I would love to hear your voice. I would love to see you on the show. In the past, you said that our time scale, our timetables don't work out very well. If anything changes on your end, are you doing a clock? What is this?
I'm doing a dotted line. I thought that was very clear. Like, imagine you here.
No.
Okay. Keep talking.
But keep doing it. But yes, Gregory, I would love to have you on the show. I miss you, sir. It has been too long. Ever since the pandemic hit and everything's been on lockdown, I haven't seen you in close to a year. I get it. You live in Jersey, but like we used to cross paths all the time. I haven't seen you we're coming up on a year now. It's been a long time, man. Christine Freeman writes, and Tracy, you're going to love this comment. She just says 2 words, Bug's Life, with an exclamation point.
Yes. Yes.
No,
Bug's Life needs some
I don't know
love.
if this is in reference to your previous comment, Tracy, because I know this particular comment came in much later in the show, long after we already talked about my love for ants as opposed to Bug's Life. But Christine Freeman is pulling for Bug's Life. Would you like to see maybe a Bug's Life series or a sequel to A Bug's Life?
No. After talking today, I'm done with series. I'm done with sequels. I'm overloaded.
Well, we are approaching the
Give me
Christmas
something new.
season, and we need a Grinch, and you are wearing green, so...
This has become my quarantine uniform. I think I've worn this every day for a month.
It's beautiful. And guys, that
you.
wraps up our show. We have literally nothing else to talk about. Nothing. Of course, we will be breaking down so much more stuff tomorrow, and the day after, Disney dropped so much stuff. We literally can't talk about all of it in one show. Tracy Mull, thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you so much for adding your expertise and your thoughts and your creative vision and just giving us a more fun flair. Tracy, where can people find you online, and what projects do you have coming up that you want to plug?
You can find me on Twitter at Sandwich Joy or on Instagram at Sandwich Bag. I like sandwiches. And you know what? I'm not doing anything right now. Nothing at all. But I will plug, if you're interested in checking out the short circuits, I highly recommend you get on Disney Plus and look at it. I'm quite partial to Lucky to Pay.
Tracy, why do you like this short so much? And what connection do you have to it?
I can't really say. I just am drawn to it. It's my sister's work. She
Yeah.
got to do the project, and that's why I'm all for the projects. What an awesome opportunity.
That's another reason why I wanted to have you on the show today is we're talking about all the Pixar stuff, and not that she works for Pixar, but she's Disney Animation Studios, correct?
Yeah, she's Disney.
Um, as I choke all over my words, because you do have that personal connection, not just because we love this stuff, but because your family actually works for Disney Animation Studios, making Disney animated films. She worked. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't her first project working for Disney Animation Frozen, the first Frozen film?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And my niece was a Disney baby, so during the production, they always list the babies born during the production. So my niece is listed in Frozen.
So cool.
Look for Wednesday. No, or don't. I always feel weird about sharing personal information.
Or Thursday, or Friday, or Monday.
Yeah, check out the days of the week.
Yeah, just look at just listed on the days of the week. That's it. That's all it is. Tracy, thank you so much, and please share that link with me later so that I can put it in the description of this video, and so everybody can go check out. Oh shoot, I forgot the name of it. What's the name of the short?
Lucky
Lucky
to
Pay
on Short Circuit.
Yeah, check it out. All that stuff is down in the description below. All right, hey, everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Scrooge McDuck would want you to do. DuckTales, woo!